So, quick agenda here. We'll go over the event schedule for Friday and Saturday, the course overview, and then go over some rules and have time for question and answer at the end of the call. If you have any questions that come up throughout the presentation, drop those in the chat, and Janet will be monitoring those.
Do
All
you want
right.
to, Megan, do you want to ask for people to hold questions unless they have to jump off early, maybe,
Yes.
so that people aren't distracted while you're talking? But
Yes.
you want to do
That
that?
is great. But Friday, registration and packet pickup at the Gunnersville Parks and Rec Center from 4 to 6 p.m. There's no bike check-in on Friday. Bring your bike on Saturday, and 5 p.m. will be the race overview given by the race directors and a few of our Magic Sports staff. That will take place at the race sites in the transition area, and also some time for Q&A following that. And then on Saturday, again, packet pickup is open from 5:30 to 6:30. 6:45 is when transition closes. So all of your bikes, gear, everything must be in the transition area by that 5:45 time to then get everyone down to the water for the swim start. The Olympic swimmers will start first at 7 o'clock, and then roughly at 7:30 is when the sprint swimmers will start. And you will start by your number order. I don't have the numbers in front of me right now. Um, but in number order, you can always move back in line if you're not quite ready to go yet, but otherwise we'll start by number order. And then estimated sprint awards at 9:45, and then following that, Olympic awards around 10:45. And if this is your first triathlon, pick up your race packet and then come see us at the concierge tent for your first timer bracelet. And then after the race on Saturday, come back for your first timer award as well. So, what's included in your race packet? You'll receive on the left here your bike and helmet stickers. The number in the middle will go on the front of your helmet, and then the
Excuse me,
numbers
excuse me,
surrounding
Megan.
that. Yes.
I don't see your screen. I didn't know
Mm.
you thought you were sharing your screen, but I don't see it.
Uh-oh. Have I been talking to? Oh no.
Yeah,
Isn't allowed sharing for
I
this
thought
meeting.
maybe you're introducing the schedule before you started.
Sorry.
But no, no, sorry.
Maybe I have to be the host, reclaim host. I apologize.
No, I don't think you do, but go right ahead.
Okay. Okay. Well, the schedule, we'll quick go back to that a moment. Visual, there you can see schedule events for Friday and Saturday. This is also listed on our website. Oh, went back to you being the host.
Sorry, that
That's
is
okay.
my fault. Yep, I can't be host. You have to be
Okay,
hosting.
I'll reclaim it. Admit. Figure it out. There we go. Okay. Back to what's included in your race packet. Uh, your bike and helmet stickers. So this middle number here goes on the front of your helmet, and then the surrounding numbers will wrap around on your bike stem, saddle area, wherever is most visible on both sides of your bike. And then race tattoos will go somewhere on your arm, wherever is most visible. Again, if you're wearing sleeves, it can go on your forearm. If you're wearing sleeveless, it can go on your upper arm. And your race bib is needed only on the run and then for post-race food. And you all receive a swim cap based on sprint or Olympic distance. And then we also have special attention caps if you want the water support, just to pay an extra special attention to you on the water. There'll be plenty of kayaks and lifeguards and boats out on the water if you feel the need to pause on any of those throughout the swim. Then your timing band, the most important part, will be in your race packet as well. That goes on your left ankle. You'll peel off a little piece of tape, and then the foam side will go against your skin around your ankle. And any questions on any of these items in your race packet, feel free to ask us on Friday or Saturday at the race site. Some quick tips here. Again, packet pickup Friday afternoon if you're able to make that. If not, Saturday morning. Transition opens at 5:30. So I'd suggest arriving on the earlier end of that time to get your bike, all of your gear set up in transition, go to the bathroom, do all the things you need to do before making your way to the swim start. When racking your bike, you'll alternate directions with your neighbor. So one facing downward, the next one will alternate facing the opposite direction. And then you'll set up on the narrow space, kind of on the front side, the right side of your front wheel when you're facing your bike. I have a picture of that on the next slide that will make a little bit more sense. But try to keep all of your gear compact, close to your bike, as there'll be several of you in that rack and space is limited. Go barefoot with just your cap and your goggles to the swim start. It's a short walk through the grass from transition down to the swim start. Um, Once transition closes, unless there's an emergency, you're not allowed to get back into the transition area. Smile for the cameras, have fun, thank a volunteer, cheer the racers on as you're out there on the course. Transition setup. So you'll find the rack that corresponds to your bib number, which looks like this purple card right here. There will also be letters corresponding to each row. So you'll find the rack that has your number in it and then match to know the letter that you'll be in as well. Again, you'll set up on that right front side of your wheel. Um, and then just kind of mentally practice the transition flow where you'll come in from the swim and how you will get to your bike, and then where you'll head out on the bike, where you come in from the bike, and then where you will head out on the run. You can walk through all of that on Friday or Saturday morning just to know the ins and outs of transition and then where your bike is in relation to that as well. Anyone on here doing a relay? If you want to holler, unmute yourself. We have any relay people? No relay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Um, you can relay this to the rest of your relay people. I'll quickly go over this. You must have your bib number, and you all three people or two people on your relay will receive a bib and a timing chip. You'll need that bib to get into food, drink after the race, and to get your bike if you are the cyclist. Um, you want to leave your timing chip either in the relay tent, or somewhere where it's not going to set off the clock, like the timing mats that you're going to be walking through. Um, because each person in your relay will receive the timing chip. You only need it on during your portion of the race. You can take it off, throw it away after you're done, so it's not picking up your time multiple times. Um, there will be a tent in transition for relays. You're welcome to leave your timing chip there and anything else that you may need. And the swimmer will go on the swim, they'll come into transition. The cyclist will be waiting there, have your helmet and shoes on, all ready to go. They will tag you. You'll head out on the bike, come back in. The runner will then be waiting in the tent in transition. They can have their shoes on, all ready to go. And then the runner will head out on the run, where the runner will be the person to cross the finish line and receive a medal. All members of the relay can then go back to the finish line to pick up your own medal. And then aqua bike and bike run. Aqua bike, again, you'll start with all the racers in your distance, whether that's sprint or Olympic. Um, Once you finish the bike, you may then head to the finish line to pick up your medal, get a picture, whatever you would like to do there. And bike run, you'll start in the transition tent. You'll have your bike, or I'm sorry, your shoes and helmet on, all ready to go. And then when the first swimmers, racers come in from your distance, sprint or Olympic, you can then head to your bike and head out on the bike. Okay, take a quick look at the maps here. So packet pickup and post-race food all take place here at the Gunnersville Parks and Recreation Center. There's an inside area where that will take place. Our vendors will be set up inside there as well. And then the awards will all take place on the pool deck outside here. Transition area takes place in the parking lot.
Sorry,
Yes.
excuse me. Our award's not in the pavilion next to the pool
They,
this year.
yes, I'm sorry, that new pavilion, yes.
That new
Down by,
pavilion. Yeah.
yes. Thank you. Down by the water. There's a nice shaded area for the award ceremony needs to take place. Let's see, transition, yes, is in the parking lot just outside of the rec center. And then you'll head, kind of can't see on the map right here, but there's a pathway that takes you down to the swim start and finish right here on the lakeshore. So you'll come in from the swim, get your bike, and head out on the bike here following those purple arrows. We'll see on the next couple slides the bike course, but it's a big rectangle. You'll come in on the opposite direction here. The sprint will be one loop and Olympic will be two. Come in from the bike, and then you'll head out on the run course on this far corner of transition. Parking, um, there's space over here. There's a big parking lot over here. There'll be signs. Pay attention to that on race morning. Going on to the swim. That out of the way. The sprint is 600 yards and the Olympic is 1,200. And you'll start right here on the lake shore. There'll be this big T3 buoy there. You sprint will head out and follow the yellow, sorry, you make a big rectangle, follow yellow buoys to the orange, and then you'll come back in. And the Olympic will do 2 laps of that course. The water is fairly shallow throughout the entire swim course. Most of it, you can stand up and probably walk a lot of the swim course. If you have the need to stop and stand up, you are able to do that. And then you'll come back to that T3 buoy and head out from the swim up to transition. And then onto the bike, the sprint is just over 16 miles, and the Olympic is double that at 32. So again, you'll start coming out of transition. You will take a right on Sunset Drive and follow. There'll be plenty of signs, arrows directing you where to go along the course. Follow the way down. There's right turn, and then make your way back up and around. Janet, do you have any comments on the bike course? I've never actually done this bike course, but if you have any
Oh,
comments.
it is lovely. It is, there are some rollers, but no serious climbing. Experienced cyclists may not have to get out of your big chain ring. I usually do a couple of times, but it's lovely. Trying to think. There will be traffic on it. It's not close to cars, so just be aware of that. It's not a lot of traffic usually. There is a quarry at that left, sorry, if you're looking at this map, the
Mhm.
lower left corner, I think where that mile 7 is,
Okay.
and up to somewhere between 7 and 10, I think there's a quarry, or maybe it's just past 11. I can't remember. Somewhere there's a quarry, and so there's an occasional dump truck. But it's my favorite bike course that we do, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Thank you. And then onto the run. Sprint is 3 miles and Olympic is 2 loops, so 6 miles. Um, you will stay left throughout the entire run course to avoid crossing over with other runners. Again, there'll be signs, arrows, volunteers out there directing you where to go. So yes, you'll head out from the transition area, follow the greenway right along the lake. Um, and then you will turn around here, stay left again around that turnaround, and make your way back. There'll be 3 hydro stations along the way with water and Powerade at about a quarter mile, 3/4 of a mile, and a mile and a half at the run turnaround. And then Olympic will hit all of those hydro stations twice. Transition map here. Um, so again, from the swim, you'll come in from the water here. Sprint racers will be closer to the senior center building here, and Olympic will be closer to the road. So you'll flow in from the swim to the bike out. You'll come walk, run with your bike along the fencing here, and then head out on the bike. And then you'll come back in from the right side, rack your bike, and then you'll flow out towards the tennis courts to head out on the run. There will be an aid station right here heading out on the run. And there's this, I believe there's like a step up right there. It's a little tricky turn to get onto the Greenway path right there. So be paying attention to that. Parking, we looked at on the other map. Let's see, some basic rules to remember throughout the race on Saturday. Your helmet is required when in possession of your bike, whether that's just bringing it to the race, riding in transition, wherever that is. Have your helmet on at all times. No headphones, no AirPods, no interaction with your phone throughout the race. You can have your phone on your bike for safety, but no interaction with your phone. On the bike, you'll ride on the right and pass on the left. If you feel the need, you can holler out, passing on the left to let the person in front of you know, then get over safely and continue riding on the right side of the road. No littering on the course. If you need to dispose of anything, there will be trash cans placed on the run course at the aid stations. Any bike trash, keep that till you get back to the end of the race. Um, just be mindful of other bikers on the course to not be drafting right behind them. Give everyone enough space throughout there on the bike course. And a last few reminders here. Make sure your bib is visible as you approach the finish line. That's for like as our backup timing. So you need to be able to see your bib number and announce your name as you cross the finish line. Um, Again, no headphones, AirPods, shocks, interaction with your phone. Keep your helmet buckled until you rack your bike. Again, for safety, if you're coming into transition, keep your helmet buckled on your head until your bike is completely racked. Talked about riding on the right, passing on the left, and then littering. Um, okay, we made it all the way through. I'm going to stop sharing the screen here, but we'll go through any questions you may have.
I have a question, and I apologize if you already covered this early on, but I know there's like a 20% chance of like bad weather. What is the typical protocol under those situations?
Yes, we are monitoring the weather, working with our team that's there, and we'll have a weather plan in place. If there's rain, we will still race. If there's lightning or thunder, there'll be start the 30-minute delay, and then we will reassess after those 30 minutes. Um, a couple years ago, there were storms that came through right as the race was starting. So we
Mhm.
postponed for 30 minutes or so and then eventually had to switch. Everyone did the sprint distance. Hopefully it does not have to happen this time, but we will be watching the weather, working with our safety team there, and we'll keep you updated on any changes that need to be made.
Okay.
Hey, Megan, there's a
Yes.
question in the chat on for the Olympic swim, whether we have to get out and across a mat again before starting the second loop versus swimming the second loop. And
Yes.
I believe we do. It seems like we always do when there's a 2-lap course. But are you? I don't see the
Yes,
details here.
that is correct. There will be
Yeah,
a timing
exits.
mat. I shot a good picture of it. But yes, Olympic, you'll come out of the water, cross the timing mat, and go back into the water.
There's usually a few cones set up to kind of
Yes.
guide you around that
Yes,
mark.
there'll be our timer there. Some of our staff will be there. There'll be cones. They'll announce it at the beginning of the swim start, and you can visually see as well. But yes, good question. Thank you for reminding us of that.
Yeah.
I have a question. You had mentioned about the racks being numbered, but
Yes.
on the rack, is it just first come, first serve, or is there individual numbers or for each bike setup, if you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. There'll be it's a group of seven, so 1 through 7, 8 through 15. So anywhere in that your grouping of seven, you can rack your bike. It doesn't have to be in specific numerical order.
Okay,
Just
that's what I
somewhere.
meant. Like,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
previous races where there's a number on a sticker that says
Right.
whatever your number is, and that's where you must rack.
Right. So somewhere in that row of seven is fine.
And then will we have access to the rec center, like to the bathrooms or the locker rooms post race? Do you know?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Pre-race, just the bathrooms right inside the rec center, and then I believe post-race, they typically open the restrooms on the
With
pool deck, if
showers.
I'm remembering, and
With
showers.
showers, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And also the pool is available for swimming for
Yes.
families
Hmm.
after the race. That's what I,
Yes.
yeah.
Um, Spectators, unfortunately, there's not any race tracking offered at this race. Um, if you do have your phone for safety, that would be an option. But other than that, there's not any spectator tracking available.
Although I will say that, if I may,
Yes, yes.
the results on our website, if you follow
Mm-hmm.
the, like if you go to that link and find your person and then refresh them while they're racing, it updates pretty quickly after they cross timing mat. So you might
Mm-hmm.
know when they've crossed the swim, when they've started the swim. No, maybe not start swim. When they finish the swim, it'll show that time, and then it'll show a T1 time after they do transition. Then it'll show their final run time after they finish the run. So there's
Mm-hmm.
that much information you can usually get if you just refresh the results page for that person.
Yes, correct. Other questions?
Another note I will say about spectators is just that it's a great place. You can, especially watch the swim, watch for them coming out of the swim. You can watch them going out on the run. And if, depending on whether they're doing 1 or 2 laps, you'll see them twice on the run. The bike course, there's just less opportunity for spectating. And you don't want to try to see them on the bike course, because that means your car will be one of the traffic pieces out there to complicate the race for them. So just, don't worry about driving anywhere. But yeah, you'll see plenty, and around transition area, it's pretty exciting to see them finish the bike and go out on the run, that kind of thing.
Yes. Chat question.
More questions about using the phone. Yeah, really, you're not supposed to interact with your phone at all. So definitely not music. Not, I mean, it's about safety, but it's a USAT rule, at least as far as I understand. So,
correct.
No, I don't think you'll be texting even in transition, or listening to music or anything. I mean, if it's on, I mean, maybe you can turn on if you have a tracker on it, linked to someone, a tracking app, but then you want it in your pocket or on your bike, but not in your hands.
Yes. See, will there be mats in the parking lot transition area from swim or just barefoot? Barefoot. There'll be some mats when you come out of the swim, and then it's grass, and then there's a cement sidewalk to the parking lot. Our staff and the lifeguards do a good job on Friday of sweeping the parking lot of any debris that would be there. Yes, everyone will be coming in barefoot from the swim.
If you're super sensitive, if you have a particular need to have shoes on, you can place them by the swim exit and use them to run to your transition area. Just, it's kind of at your own risk. There's not a special place for that to happen. There's no transition area for shoes, but yeah, people do that when they're particularly sensitive on their feet. But it's not, for your average person, it's not hard to do. Asphalt and the sidewalk is swept pretty well before the race, so it's pretty clean.
Yes.
Yes, smartwatches are okay to track. Yeah, smartwatch you can use, and Garmin has a thing called Live Track. If you figure out your Garmin Connect app, if you use that sort of thing, people can receive an email and track you through that link on the email that they get. But
thank you, Joel, for your great question about post-race beer. Very important. There will be post-race food in the rec center. Post-race beer will be available at Main Channel. What's called? Yes, Main Channel Brewing Company, which is very close to the race site. There'll be a coupon in your race packet for a free beer. You can redeem that after the post-race party at the pool. You can then head to the brewery, get yourself a beer there. Just a couple minutes away from the race site. Trying to think of anything else unique about this race specifically.
do we know what post-race food is? Like what the
It's
food
usually
is?
some kind of sandwiches.
Sandwiches, right?
Sandwiches, chips,
It's,
cookies, drinks.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There will be a row of porta potties out near the tennis courts, I think,
Yes.
and the inside restrooms in the rec center. There is a place to park on the lake side of that main road next to the rec center, but if anyone parks there, you're stuck until after the bike course is
Good note. Yes.
finished, until everyone's off the bike. But there's some public restrooms there too. Just saying.
I'll let you answer that one, Janet. You're just talking about parking.
So the best place to park if you want to leave early is, I don't know. I'm not an expert on parking, but the Piggly Wiggly lot across the street from the rec center, I don't think we are officially parking there, but if you have to leave early. If you're racing, if you're on this meeting, you're not leaving early. But if you have people with particular need to get out, that side of the road I would recommend, because I think you can go out through that parking lot to the. I'm sorry, we're not looking at a map, so I don't know the names of these roads, but Anyway, yeah,
Yes.
it
Good.
should make sense. Ask us again on site. We'll be there. Megan and I will be there at packet pickup, and we will have better orientation because it's been a year since we were there, and we can help answer those questions. And you will too. You'll understand more too. Super fun venue, beautiful venue. You're gonna
Beautiful.
love it.
Yes. Yes. Good. Okay. Well, again, if you are first timer, come see us for sure at the concierge tents. Get your first timer bracelet. Tell your friends if they're first timers, and then we will be out at the awards area in the pavilion post race, where we'll have our first timer gift for you. You can pick up there after you cross the finish line. Yeah, we're excited for you, whether again it's your first triathlon, first time here, doing a different distance. We're excited to be a part of your triathlon journey and look forward to seeing you either Friday afternoon or Saturday morning. Any questions between now and then, shoot us with an email. Otherwise, we'll see you this weekend. Thank you all.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Megan.
Yes,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Janet and Joel.
Yep, yep.
Thank you.